All right, what's up, everybody? Welcome to Girls Can't Geek Land, and we are officially doing our Blerdcon 2022 recap. We're talking about our panels. Somebody's a pimp up in here, and somebody is definitely a man magnet. I ain't gonna say who, but you might not have seen him before. That's all I gotta say. But once again, I'm Goku's guy cousin, and I got my girl with me over here. So,
Jiggly Senpai. Hey, y'all.
And it's your girl, SD Trinity. What's up? What's up?
Hey, y'all. I'm new. I am Miss Sunshine and Georgia Rais.
Ooh.
Hi, Ray.
Listen to that sultry voice. She said, I am Miss Sunshine and Georgia Rais. All right, Miss Georgia Rais. Come on now. Tell her like it is. Yes. She is a new addition to our lovely, lovely, lovely group and our lovely, lovely, lovely platform. Okay. She is short, cute, sweet, and petite, and she will cuss you out and she carries that cat. You feel me? All right.
Pow,
She don't play no games. All right. She don't play no games and she's licensed to carry, That's how we do it down south.
Right.
Okay. If you're not licensed with the gun permit, you're gonna be licensed with these hands. You feel me?
Right.
Yes. Okay. Off to that violent note.
Yeah, let me sprinkle in some earth, right? Because me and Ray, we like plants and we like to talk to each other about plants.
Yes. She's a plant queen, a plant goddess, and she's also a goddess. Also, I just love how. Yes, I love how all of us are so beautiful and we have our own dynamic and like together it just like resonates and it's all sunflowers and daffodils and roses.
And our energies are also very much sunshine and roses and flowers and daffodils. But we'll cut you. But we, for the most part, we're on the good foot. Trina, I like your ears.
Thank you.
Yes.
Are they jiggling?
Oh, yeah, that's so super kawaii.
I need somebody to edit a tail doing this in the back.
Yeah. Ooh. I'll see if I can do it. See if I can put a tail in there.
If I had a tail, I would do annoying things to people, like put it under their nose.
Jiggly, damn. Jesus.
I would use it to keep space between me and like shopping centers or shopping lines. Like,
My immediate thought is that I would use it as a bookmark. I don't know. For reading books and just, here's my book. I'm saving it. I probably
walk around with a book on your tail.
Yeah, like it'll have a little loop and like, here's my book. Here's my book bag. I'll be a smart kitty.
Meanwhile, I'm just walking around thumping people who gets on my nerves with a tail. Don't know where that came from. While I'm sitting here stroking my.
Can I get somebody to draw us as kitties, please?
Oh,
please
really nice. Draw us as kitties, please.
So nice, yeah.
That would be fun.
Yes.
I want to look more like the Princess Peach cat though, like meow.
Oh yeah. Yes, that would be dope. Yes, but we are back from Blerdcon, one of the most fantastic, crazy, non-sleep getting ass weekends of the year. Okay.
I'm tired.
I'm still recovering. Okay. Still recovering. But this year, Jig and I went last year, but this year we had even more people come, and we had Ray and Trent attend as well. So since it was your first time coming to Blerdcon, like what were some of your expectations before, like what did you expect from being there before you got there?
You want to go first, Ray, or?
Well, I can. Basically, expectation-wise, I didn't really have much of one. I guess because this is my first con ever, I was just kind of like, I don't know what I'm going to get. I know cosplay. I know games. Whatever else comes, I'm like, just bring it. Let's see what we got.
I like that. The Blerdcon is definitely a space for like anything and everything. which I appreciate. So if you like just cosplay and video games, it's a con for you. So I like that. What about you, Trin?
I honestly didn't know what I was going to expect because I've been to cons before, but nothing like this where it felt like a safe space for me. It was, I guess in my mind, I was like, okay, so there's going to be some beautiful melanated people. There's going to be some cosplays, and I need to avoid the like vendor section because I don't want to be broke. Now that doesn't mean I didn't want to support, because I definitely wanted to buy a bunch of stuff down there, but I was like, I don't have the suitcase space for this. And so in my mind, I was just preparing myself to like go overboard already. And I guess it was also just like, I think I'm gonna start drooling over people's cosplays, and I was right. Every time I saw something, I was like, oh my God, look. And then it's like, leave everybody and like run over and take a picture, So it's just like, it was everything I expected, but like 1,000 times more. And I want to do it again.
Yes. Blerdcon is very addicting.
Yeah.
And
I want to do it again.
Yes, really heavy. I would say like this year I was expecting more. So this was my third Blerdcon. So this year I was expecting more of what I got in 2019, minus the heat. Because 2021 is like that weird pandemic after a year, you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, dang, I hope more of what I got that first time I went, I experienced this time. Because the 2021 Blerdcon was fun, but I knew that 2019 in my experience was still better because people were still mashed up, of course, but like that freedom feeling that you got there, I wanted more of that experience. I feel like I got that. I definitely wanted to play video games more this year because I did not do that last year, and I did that. What about you, Jiggly? Like, was there anything that you wanted this year more so than what you got last year at Blerdcon?
So last year at Blerdcon for me was my first year, and I was just so excited. I was excited because that was the first time I met you and some of our other GCG Discord family in person. And so I was like excited about that. And then I was excited about, like everybody's cosplays. And I was excited about my cosplays. And I was excited about doing panels. Like I was heavy on the excitement last year. And not to say that I wasn't this year, but it just wasn't the first time. Like it wasn't brand new. So, I didn't have that same spirit coming into it. I kind of feel like overall there was a different energy to the con this year. I think it was a little bit, we've been outside for like a year. Like if you think about it, it's not that there wasn't anything great about the con or it wasn't good. It was still fantastic. I still had a wonderful time. It was a blast. But last year's con was like kind of the first time people went outside for like a whole year. So everybody's energy was on that, we're outside and we're doing stuff. And so without that sort of kind of spirit present, it was a little bit different. But I still had a really good time. I wish that, if anything, it was a little bit clearer, like which video games were out there. I think that to try and understand, because I don't remember if the games all looked like that last year. I feel like they didn't. They might have had a new vendor. But I think that was something I was missing because I kind of wanted to play, but I was also bouncing between inebriated and intimidated on trying to figure out what was there. And I wasn't wearing my glasses, so I couldn't really see on the screen sometimes. I did play a couple of games and that was fun, but I would say that was really the only thing I wish would have been different. That, and maybe, I don't know, maybe I showed up at a weird time, but by the time I got to the party downstairs, the music genre had changed. And for it being Blerdcon, I expected a little bit more soul in the music setup. Last year's music was fantastic. They had Sailor Boom on one night, they had DJs Taylor Senpai on the other night, and they did a great job of like weaving all of the different musical genres together in a way that was still very loud for, you know, Black culture.
Okay. Just to impart on that
The DJs that were outside the ballroom though, they was cutting every single time, the whole time. I was in the elevators dancing up to my room.
just the music in part. Now that techno music that they were playing, actually house music came out of Black culture. So it is Black. It's just that it's not what we're used to all the time. You know, and definitely coming from Blerdcon last year, Sailor Boom does do a good job of incorporating that house, that anime theme music, and all that stuff together. It's just this time it was just all they played little drops and stuff, but it was heavy techno and heavy house. And if you're not into that, it would be really hard for you to catch a vibe. Yeah, but it is still Black.
More house than techno.
Yeah.
I could definitely say for the most part, it was like, especially when it was songs that I knew, because I kind of grew up with house and techno a little bit. I wouldn't say it was a lot. I was like, yeah, that's my jam. And then after a while, it was like, okay, that's enough. Yeah. That's my trap. I need some pow, pow. You know?
In terms of like the DJ, that first DJ, still phenomenal, but it was like that, okay, you playing the same consistent kind of tempo of techno. We need to drop somewhere or that kind of thing. But outside was bumping. It was bumping outside.
It was bumping.
Yeah. And then more of Saturday night, that party where that group of DJs that DJ along with DJ Taylor Senpai, they do like the DJs that were outside on Friday were inside on Saturday. So it had they were giving lap dances on stage. Yeah, they're doing lap dances on stage. They were, playing Linkin Park and rocking out, and then you beat your feet, DC music. Then they were doing all those other kinds of things. So, like, and then they were doing the Caribbean music more as well. So that's also my favorite part of Blerdcon, when they play that island music that I'm always looking for, and it's just not the 5 songs that you always hear at any hip hop party. But Saturdays, it's like they switch it up. Saturdays are usually like the twerk party or Caribbean kind of thing, and then Fridays is usually techno. But last year they did less techno and they did play more hip hop initially as well. So that is true. But it was still all good. But I can't say that Blerdcon has something for everybody. So if you won't feel in the techno house on the inside, you can go outside and twerk, or listen to trap music or do whatever. You know what I'm saying? So they did have that.
They do have something for everybody, and that's something that I like, because we're not a monolith. Black culture is varied within itself, and so I appreciate the fact that they do have something for everyone, something that everybody can get into.
Yeah. And that Black is not a monolith is so heavy there as well, because your nerd is not a monolith either, if I may say. Being a nerd isn't a monolith. Not all people like anime, not all people like Harry Potter, not all people are gamers. We all collectively have our own things that are cohesive together. So there's that. I like what you said. I had to put a spin on it, you know what I'm saying? But with that being said, did any of you guys also come to Blerdcon with the hopes of getting some Boruto, some booty? Get it?
Hell yeah.
Was ass.
Hell yeah. I was ready to throw this thing out, and it just was not happening. And I'm like, and it's not that it wasn't happening, it's just for it being my first time there, I wanted to experience Blerdcon. And then also it's the first time seeing not all of you guys, I've already met you guys before, but seeing everybody else from GCG, I was like, I want to spend as much time with these people as possible, because these are my peeps, these are my family. So it was like, okay, I could probably sneak away for some cheats right now. But I also ain't seen this people. So I'm going to go ahead and hang out with my peeps. And then at the end of the day, I'm like, dang, I really should go get my cheese clap. But we're going to go up to the rooftop. Like, it was just like, let's go do other things. So am I mad that it didn't happen? No, because cheeks come and go anytime. I could go get that whenever. But the time to spend with you guys was way more important for me. But next year, I plan on getting these fairy cheeks clapped, okay? Like, y'all ain't gonna see.
That's fine.
Get those bells tinkered, huh?
Y'all just. I'm coming out Tinkerbell status, no talk, just all facial expressions. Like, you did it. Just like that.
I'm dead. What about you, Ray? Miss Georgia Rais.
I honestly expected to be a ghost.
Okay.
Which did not happen.
At all. I expected to just, kind of be that person that was in the corner, kind of by themselves, just experiencing everything. Because I was like, here's my people. I'm going to be with my people. We're going to have a good time. But like in general population, I was just like, ain't nobody going to be studying me. I'm just going to walk around, watch everybody do their thing, act crazy. I'll laugh and giggle about it a little bit here and there, and it's going to be a great time. Because that's what I do here. If I go out, I find a corner, I sit there, nobody sees me. Yeah.
You were a whole Casper the Friendly Ghost out there. Everybody was like, look at this Casper the Friendly Ghost. Let's go over here. Yeah, you were being a ghost, all right. The friendliest one of them all. Okay, I don't want to hear it.
You couldn't not be seen.
Yeah.
Not be seen.
It was like I had a neon sign that said, hey, come talk to me, touch me, and hug me.
Yes, you were so adorable. So, I mean,
gravitation.
Cuteness does not mean that anyone can touch you. Cuteness is not consent. You know what I'm saying? But,
but
you're
they
gorgeous.
were definitely lining up to ask.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Hey,
I got a spot right here in my pocket. Can I put you in it?
Right.
I would really like to put you in my pocket and take you with me, please.
Right. Look at my pocket. Can you you see a spot in there for you?
All I'm going to say is everybody loves some buntinis. Everybody loves buntinis. Okay.
Everybody wanted a buntini. I wouldn't have believed it if I didn't see it. But you have like this gravitational pull. You just walk by and people are like, oh my gosh, there she is. I don't know what's happening to me, but I'm going with you.
They were zooming to you. You know how like SpongeBob showing Squidward how to blow bubbles, and he's like zooming one into the other, and then he's like stop and bring it over. That's what was going on with you. He was bringing it around town for them, and yeah. Because what were you doing? You were standing there, and what did they do? Walk by and then came right back around. Just little orbit.
They were. Mm-hmm. They were. Yes, that's true. Yeah. You had a storyline better than Boruto.
Way better.
Let me stop. Let me stop for people being here like, how could you're trash.
Look.
Yeah. What about you, Jiggly?
I did not plan on it. I did not plan. I never plan on it. Shit just be happening. Some shit happen.
Yeah.
I enjoyed myself.
Proud of you. Proud of you.
I allowed it. I'll say I allowed it, and I'm glad I did.
I'm a little mad you didn't invite me.
Listen. You bounced out before he met the crew.
Oh damn, that's right. Yeah.
Okay.
I was dying.
I didn't mind taking one for the team. It's fine, Yeah. I didn't have any expectations or plans this Blerdcon. I was chilling. I was chilling. If I saw someone was cute, I told them that I thought they were attractive, and I left it there. Pretty much, I was coasting.
Okay,
I need to just interject right here. So, while Goku may not have actually planned on or received some Boruto, she is a whole pimp and could have whatever she wants, whenever she wants. She might have left it because that's just how she was rolling this weekend. But when I tell you my girl is a whole pimp and a half, and can run that game, she can run that game. She chose to sit on her pimp game, but that don't mean it ain't strong. That don't
with an exception. Hold on, with an exception to Jiggly, because Jiggly has seen me in another space this weekend. Y'all didn't see me do that, did you?
No, I saw it. Have you ever seen a live mic drop?
Right.
That's what Goku was.
Right.
It was just like she made her presence known and was like,
it's in the
and
stroll.
then just
right.
And they were like, oh shit,
yeah, it was in the stroll because it's like you walk by, noses went up in the air, and was like, there we go, and you were just like, yeah, I know you're looking.
I didn't know people were looking at me. I was just there. I know I smelled nice,
Very nice. Had the whole hotel room smelling like
just essence. Just
I can attest.
Yeah, Erykah Badu pussy effect. What's that, girl?
Wait, there is something to that. I remember I told you guys about that. For those of you guys who weren't in our hotel room when I was talking about it, there's a thing called vabbing.
I don't vab though.
Thing called vabbing, where you essentially, if you have a vagina, this is relegated to just women. If you have a vagina, you can use your moisture from your vagina, which carries lots of your pheromones, and put that in the same places you would perfume. Bah, 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 bah. I've even I like putting perfume in my elbow creases. It do some things. But yes, you can put that in those hot spots, in those zones, and it is supposed to increase your attraction to others within the space. I'm not gonna say don't vab. I'm just gonna say make sure your pH is right before you start putting your pussy juice all over your face.
I personally will pass.
Yeah.
Also, fun fact, this just goes for anything. If you put a little Vaseline on those hot spots and then spray or vab yourself, it will last longer. But also make sure you smell all right and that pH is right, because ain't no worse than it already being there. Now it's there for a while.
I'm like, look, I'm crazy. So even if your coochie stink, just go on some AC to get rid of that BO, because sorry. Just go in the AC, get rid of that BO, and then come back out. You'll be fine.
I was going to say, I am a huge fan of feminine wipes, the to-go packs. Keep them bad boys in your purse, in your pocket, everywhere.
I do also enjoy the wipes. I like Honey Pot because they, are on the natural side of things. They have recently made some changes in their recipes, but it's only to ensure that the shelf life of their product is longer because business is good. So I like Honey Pot, but those wipes, they work, in other areas too. It's not just your feminine places. You can do it under your elbows, under your neck. You know what I'm saying? It's summertime. Maybe you got a little boob sweat. All of that. Just freshen up. It's not just about retouching your makeup.
Yeah, I use the for sweat and stuff. I use the Lume deodorant. You squeeze it in the tube, and I just put it here and on my thighs or whatever, my under titties, that kind of thing. The perfume I use, I'll make my own oils, or I'll just get something from the beauty supply store. Just the roll-on oils. Or I mainly make mine. My signature scent is lemongrass or clove, and You know, it works pretty well for me. I like it. You know, people be like, "What is that?" And I'd be like, "My booty hole." I don't know. I don't say stuff like that. Honestly, I don't know what I say to people. I did not this year. I did not get the "Are you sure you're a nerd?" I did not get that this year, and I didn't cosplay this year, and I did not get that. So I was happy about that. Very happy.
Infuriating question.
Yeah, I feel like Blerdcon as a whole space, if someone were to say that to you, they would get cussed the absolute fuck out. Like, you really gonna ask that here? They would have been like stuck in their hotel room for the rest of the trip or whatever.
Yeah. Well, you guys already know I cuss people out all the time. So
yeah. Like, we again, sweet, set it down, dip.
Yeah, that's how I am. And so I apologize to the guys in the Girls Can Geek Discord, because I'm like, oh my gosh, just so happy to see you. You're so handsome. And you say something stupid, I'm like, shut the fuck up. And they're like, okay. I didn't.
They like it. They like it.
Do. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay if y'all like it. That's all right.
Oh, also, speaking of smells and stuff, Goku, I just want to say thank you for giving me the booty waft that I was looking for while I was at Blerdcon.
What?
Booty waft?
What you about?
She busted out and started twerking on the floor.
I did twerk on you.
And I was going to like fix her dress, and then Austin, I was just like, it smells so good. Like, I'm gonna just let it happen. Like, I'm going to just.
Was I drunk? I probably was drunk.
You probably were, but
or it smelled like cake.
My bad.
Like home. Like, I wanted to be.
I definitely twerked on Trent a lot. I was like, woo! I'm gonna shake my ass. Actually, I gave y'all all a dance number, a silly dance number. I don't know. I was drunk. That's what was going on. That's how this, yeah. And I really do the robot in front of people when I'm nervous. I gotta work on that. It's not normal.
I think that it is perfectly you.
It's not normal.
Nothing except continue to be perfectly
I welcome
you.
it.
Yeah. You're like, oh, Goku, it's nice to see you again. I'm like, yes, I feel nervous.
But I love it. I love it because it's like, okay, I see where her levels are right now, so I know to just let her do her thing and then come back. Like, it's a good indicator.
Yes. But that was awesome. So, you know, some people got Boruto. Some people thought about getting Boruto. Some people had the intention and it didn't stick. You know what I'm saying? But what else? Blerdcon. Panels. Yes. You know, okay, over here, this ma'am over here was booked and busy. Let me tell you, Jiggly was booked and busy.
I was very busy. I felt a little bit raggedy towards the end. I didn't think that it would feel the same way just because they were so spread out. Like they were spread out in a way that seemed logical. There were 2 Friday night, and then there was 1 Saturday morning and 1 Saturday evening. There was also an impromptu panel. I was going to someone's panel, and that was on a whim. I didn't look at the panel schedule really so much as when I found myself with nothing to do, I was like, what's going on right now? I'll go there. And I happened to pass Navy Montel on one of them floors, I don't know. And he was like, oh, I'm headed to my panel. I was like, when does that start? He said, in 15 minutes. I said, oh, well, I think I'll go there. And so I went to the panel, and I was there to be a spectator, but his guest didn't show up. And so he asked me to come and talk. And then that was like a 5th panel. I was all over the place, Blerdcon.
That was
amazing. But I brought all of
see.
my different outfit changes because I considered sloughing some of them off.
Yeah, seeing that happen where you were like impromptu was like the best thing I witnessed. Like, I'm sitting there texting everybody, oh my God, she totally got picked up. She's talking right now.
Oh man, me and Ray were just hanging out. I was like, I'm ready to drink. I got stuff to do tonight, but I have like this many hours in between.
Lit. y'all are lit. I was like, damn. I'm
got
trying
lit real
to.
quick. The problem was I had some tequila and I went and got a lemonade drink to mix my tequila with. And then that ran out. I put more tequila in my cup, and then I went to get a mixer, and I thought what I was getting was lemonade. They told me, but I had already made the decision. It wasn't lemonade; it was a margarita. So I added tequila to a pre-made margarita. That's what did it.
She was fucked up. But I was enjoying it. I'm like, y'all go ahead and be young for me.
Boy, oh
I
boy.
appreciate you. Go ahead and be young for me. All right. I appreciate that. It was beautiful. It was beautiful. And
The
did you
panels
have
were
a
really
favorite?
cool. Yeah. For me,
Mm-hmm.
I really enjoyed, besides the ones that we did, I'm not going to talk about the ones that I did because I loved all the ones that I was in. But as far as like attending, I really enjoyed the panel with Black Girl Marvel and Lucia Does. They were talking about Black representation or the representation of Black characters in film and TV and, anime and comics. More so on the film and TV, but all of that was wrapped in there. And I thought that that was a great talk. And I want to see them expand that conversation until we have enough of people who look like us making our own content so that we don't have to continue to have conversations about how we're portrayed when other people make content featuring us.
That's powerful. That's powerful. Did any of you guys attend any other panels that you really enjoyed? Trin or Ray?
To be perfectly honest, I only attended y'all's. I wanted to attend more, but it was like, hey, what time is it? And then it was just like, oh, well, that one's already over. That sucks. Like, let me just start walking around some more until I find something else. And I got a paper. I found someone that was giving out the like physical form of it, which is what I need. I'm a visual person, so then I lost it. Also, there was a lot of things going on where I was enjoying nature's grass and stuff like that in said food forms. So I couldn't. I was just enjoying myself until coming back home and looking at like stuff on the actual like Blerdcon like Facebook and stuff. It's like, oh man, they had this and I missed that. Like I was mad. First of all, I'm mad I missed the hoochie daddies. Like
me too.
Really mad.
I didn't even know that was a
How
thing.
did they
I
get that
did
secret?
not know that was a thing.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like I do wish that was different. Where maybe in the future it's not like day of, here's like a list of what's going on, like let us know like a week, because for me I like to plan stuff out too. And y'all know I kept asking y'all, okay, what time is your stuff, what time is it? Because I don't want to miss it, I want to be there, what time is it?
If I could complain, sorry, that was something they did better that last year with that than they did this year.
Okay, that's what I was asking. I was like, don't they have like booklets or something? And it's like, well, it's online. I'm like, well, I don't want to be on my phone the whole time. Like, if my phone died, then what? Then I still just miss anything. But
yeah,
I will say the panels I went to with y'all were my favorite. I loved every single moment of it. And I would do it again. I'm gonna have to stretch more. I'm definitely gonna have to work out more. I can't. My thighs just stopped hurting, by the way. So there's that.
I got some free advice for anyone who might be listening who's on the Blerdcon team. Try an app. When I go to music festivals, there's always an app for the day. It gives you the schedule lineup of everything that's happening. And you can set the app to alert you when your thing that you want to see is about to start so that you can head on over to it. Like you said, with Blerdcon, there's so much going on. There's so much to do. There's like all of this excitement. Sometimes you're standing in line for something. Sometimes you're down in like the vendor plaza, whatever it might be. Sometimes, you're enjoying nature's grass, whether you ate it or you consumed it another way. Sometimes you had some drinks or whatever else you're into. I'm not knocking it, but you can lose track of time. So if you have an app, that can alert you to when your thing is about to start, it just makes it that much easier for you to participate. So if anybody from Blerdcon is listening, find somebody who develops apps, pay that person, and give us a better tool to engage with the con.
Yes, please do. Y'all got NFTs now. Y'all can get an app. Is all I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
And it's updatable for every year. Yeah. You don't have to shut it down.
Nope.
Yeah.
Just re-upload the stuff and boom, bam.
Yeah. Ray, did you have any that you enjoyed? Any panels?
To be honest, outside of you guys, it was the two that I went with Jake. Because you guys is obviously y'all had like really great conversation, especially for the that were had. I'm trying not to go in too much because y'all need to come to the next one and catch their next panel and get that knowledge for yourself. Make sure you're there. But for those two, it was especially the one with Navy Montel. It opened up a lot for me because it was like, well, shit, he's talking about me and don't even know me. Okay, I guess that means it's time for me to get in gear and actually start doing my thing and stop letting myself be afraid of who's going to say, who's going to do, and who may feel or think. And that was my whole issue. As a matter of fact, as soon as I got home the next day, I got something similar to that. Like, oh, so you were out of town. So we're not friends anymore because you couldn't tell us about it. You were out with your new friends. And I was just like,
angst that all out, honey. We too grown for that.
Well, in a sense, I kind of understood because normally I tell them almost everything, but it was like one of those things where I was holding this to myself, for myself. This was me. This wasn't something that I was ready to
that's
share.
Fun. Did you see that video of that old lady and that her grandbaby asked her, "What you doing today?" She was like, "Well, I would like to mind my business today, baby."
Yeah, and that's pretty much kind of how the mindset was for me, but that's also what kept me back from doing and being fully me. And going to that panel woke it up, was like, you know what, fuck everybody else, fuck what anybody else thinks. Like y'all said, I apparently have a gravitational pull. Use that shit. So I was like, if in nothing else, it woke me up. So I'm like, yeah, it's time. So those were my favorites.
Yeah, I love a good wake up moment, a good evolution moment. Like
it's like
I have a good friend that always accuses me of being afraid all the time of stuff, and I've learned to just say uncomfortable, because people will say that all the time, but you have to step in your fear, and it takes time. It's a process of stepping in your fear to get the things that you want, and stepping in it comes with a whole bunch of healing and a whole bunch of turning over rocks and shit about yourself that you didn't know existed, and admitting some uncomfortable things so you can get what you want, because nobody's gonna give it to you. You gotta step in it. You gotta step in it. Get in there.
And I will say this: just because you step in it doesn't mean that's it. Like you still are. It's always a continuing healing process.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely.
But every step is way one where you weren't before. It's worth it. It's worth it.
It is. It is. It is. It's a process, and it's easier said than done. But you got it. We got your back. I got your back, bitch.
I got you. Go.
I got go.
Yeah. But let's talk about our panel, because
please.
It was a lot of fun. Like I did a bunch of panels, but by the time I got there, like I was ready to just let loose. Anime and twerk was great. The turnout was crazy. This is the second panel I've been on where they had to stop letting people in. They had to turn people away at the door because there were too many people in the room. And
people were sneaking
we were
in.
in one of those rooms where they had taken down the walls in between. So we had like 3 doors on the room. It was a huge room. And we were at capacity.
Yeah. Yeah. Somebody came in. She was like, "This is my first Blerdcon. When I ask you to leave, I need you to leave." I was like, "It's okay, baby. We got you." That was intense.
People were sneaking in.
People were definitely sneaking in.
Yeah, I had somebody DJ for me. Shout out to Lux Pro. Thank you so much. That was very nice of you to volunteer and DJ for me. Shout out to you, Mike.
Yeah.
Yeah. He was also very protective, and he made sure that we kept it a safe space.
Yeah,
and
I appreciated that. I know the con staff didn't like it, but what he did, honestly, it was necessary.
It was necessary.
It definitely was.
Yes. And it made everybody feel safe.
Yeah.
It was somebody who was willing to go hard for us.
Yeah, yeah. And the whole panel, I was like, this is a space for Black women and embracing your feminine energy. So if you do not want to participate, you need to leave.
But shout out to the men who did participate.
Real.
They count
shout out
out
to the men that did participate. Because then they were realizing how much of a workout it was also, which is so funny to me. Because, okay, your questions probably are, what the fuck is anime and twerk? And so anime and twerk is basically about healing yourself through unblocking your sacral chakra. We are people that come from Africa. We are descendants of Africa. So all of these traditional dance moves involves moving your hips, and moving your hips can help you embrace your creativity. It can help you unblock that childhood trauma and heal yourself. And it can also help balance your sex life if you're hypersexual or you punish yourself. And I didn't go in specifics about that because there are people that are asexual, but there are people that are asexual because they choose to be peaceful. But there are people who choose celibacy to punish themselves. I didn't go into that end, but it helps you embrace that part of yourself. So embracing that part of your energy, moving your hips, it's a done deal. And so we were in there twerking, body rolling, whining, men and women enjoying it, getting low. Okay, I found out I had the Megan knee.
Ooh, the spirit of Megan is on this child.
I'm gonna let you finish, Goku, but we're gonna talk about that. We're gonna talk about that. We're gonna talk about that, Goku. Did I call you Megan? Because I probably did.
No, you didn't call me Megan, but you asked me what I do, and I told you it's actually very painful. What I do to condition my low straddle thing or whatever.
It's a whole thing.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something. As a participant, okay. As a participant, I had a blast. Okay. Now I was nervous because there was so many people and there was a lot of men there. And I was like, I know they're just here to see some cheeks. You know what I mean? To see some twerking. And that made me start getting a little nervous. But y'all were like on it. Like, if I see you not doing it, y'all getting out. You know what I mean? And again, shout out to the DJ too. Because it's, and I want to say this, it sucks that they weren't listening to you guys and that he was there, but also you should just be listening in the first place. That's just me. But boy, I tell you, there was a collective, I could count about 5 times of a collective groan when it's like, all right, let's get down low. And it's just like, oh, hold on. I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna just get back up and do what Jimmy's doing.
And I'm just like, woo!
Right.
I think I saw like 3
I got in
people.
trouble. I got in trouble for overdoing it because I was like, I'm gonna keep up. Ha ha ha.
Listen.
I saw like 3 people able to keep up with Goku, and I was like in between Goku and Jiggly. But then again, I was like, let me save the rest of my body, and I'm gonna just stick with the jiggly part.
Yes.
And I still got to work out. It's not like one was like better than the other. I was still out here. So we were all like,
yes,
so many
I did the modified version, and I was still sweating. Yeah. Oh man, that was a solid workout. It really was.
Give us about 3 more sessions of that, and we will all be Sierra.
But 3 times a week. T says she burned almost over 1,000. She burned a little over 1,000 calories. So 3 times a week, we can make it a girls can't geek session. You know what I'm saying?
I'm down. And I told the fellas in the chat, I was like, all right, when you sitting out here asking these ladies to go ahead and ride you while you're out here doing the nasty, I want you to look back at that workout. Because that's a lot of hip and core and stuff that was going on. And be like, oh, she could only last 30 seconds. Sir, you only lasted 30 seconds. Like,
also don't ride dick on bed. If you want her to be a riding demon, let her ride your dick on the floor. Trust me. You give me the floor, I ride your dick on. Excuse me, I don't do that. Give me the floor, not the bed.
Most of the time the bed is the enemy because it has the spring, it has that softness and that cushion, it creates that bowl. That's why when the position is reversed and the receiver is on the bottom, you lift their hindquarters up into the air because the bed is the enemy.
Right. Yeah. And then I also said for anybody that's out there into dancing and on the poles or anything like that, tip them extra because not only is twerking hard, but twerking hard on a pole too. And some of them be in the air twerking. No, you better be throwing extra monies. Okay. I just want everybody getting paid.
A lot of core strength, and that's one thing I was like, look, this is a lot of core that you're moving. You're not just moving your hips, but you're moving your core as well. So like you're gonna feel it, especially when you're whining, you're moving your core a lot too. So I just want to say thank you to everybody that came, and sorry it wasn't a twerk party, it was a twerk class. But shout out to all of the women that came and had fun, and you learned some new things, you were able to express yourselves in a different way. I talked to Hilton actually after, and people had told him about the panel, which was a surprise to me. And they were basically like, I didn't know, I thought it was going to be one thing, but it was something else. And I learned so much about myself and like my culture and how to heal myself, which is something I wasn't expecting. And I was encouraged to apply for panels in other spaces as well. So we're going to see, I got website loading. I got to work on the website. I already got some things, and I'm working on some things. So if you also want me to tour and come to a place near you, let me know. Hit me up in the DMs or anime in the letter N twerk on Instagram, and I got you. I'm working on some things.
Yes. I'm gonna say this. Beautiful. And I'm glad that people walked away with the learning and the understanding. And I'm glad that there were people outside of, the woman or female presenting group that still got something out of it. Because there was a lot of guys in there. For, everyone that was in there being creepy, there were 2 others who were participating wholeheartedly and really trying to like do it and learn. And I talked to some of them afterwards, and they did come in expecting one thing. A lot of the guys who were in there were expecting a twerk party. They were expecting to throw some ass, but we asked them to participate, and on the whole, they did. And they did learn things. So, shout out to those folks who came and showed up and, got something out of it. Thank you for giving your feedback. We also took some notes on, things that we can do differently next time. So
to make it,
make it better.
Yeah, to make it better and make it more of a safe space, for everybody as well. Because that was my main thing that I wanted to make it. That was the first thing that came out of my mouth. A safe space, because Black women are amazing, and we want everybody to feel included and safe.
I'll be security. I will dead ass be security. I will come up with my Catwoman whip and just start smacking people. And
they will like it. You know what I mean?
One self will be like, "What are you doing here?"
We might have to do nerdy boy pickup lines, or how what's the best way to approach a woman that is in the nerd persuasion? Because I also realize there's a lot of social awkwardness.
Oh boy.
Yes.
And it's
and
adorable,
using body
but also
as a way to gain attention. Like, don't slide into my way.
Yeah, it's just, we got to work on that. You know, and it's going to get to a time where there aren't any excuses for you to not. If you know you wouldn't do this to a woman in public, just because this is a con, what makes you think that this is okay? You know, so it's just it was amazing. It was a lot, but it was amazing.
Yeah, it's amazing.
But I'm so happy that I did it. I want to thank Jiggly for being an amazing co-panelist. Thank you, Mama.
It was great.
Yes.
You're welcome. I loved it, and I'm glad to support you anytime.
Yes, and thank you to all of the ladies and fellas in Girls Can't Geek who came and participated. Yay. It was so sweet seeing like Al and Fizz, and like, was Jay was there? I don't remember. I just remember seeing people's eyes in pain.
I remember hearing them behind me. I wish I could see them. I couldn't see them because I'm not going to turn around and watch somebody because I don't want to watch it. But I could just hear, oh, my legs don't do that. And I was
a couple of times there was a wait a minute.
I definitely heard a couple of times that my hips don't do that.
But I will say I did pick up one thing, Goku, and that is to draw a circle with my hips. That's all I can think of now is like draw a circle. I haven't done it yet because I'm just recovering. But it was great.
Yes. You have and then I talked about math. I was like, damn, bitch, can't you get it together?
But I mean, we geeks, you know. I'm not a math geek, but I'm sure there were some people in there who definitely took your formula and were like, "Oh, it makes sense."
Yeah, you're the X and X Y. You're the X and Y axis. You know, like this.
You're like, we're on a plane. I was like,
coordinate plane.
Yeah, and when you said that, I wanted to tell you to stop apologizing, because this is the place for you to do that. When you want to go on a tangent, and it is definitely a tangent that most people wouldn't go on. That was the time.
Yeah, I was like, dang, okay.
Like, yep.
I was like, so we were doing some physics in here, so we could do a little physics in here, just so y'all know, a little math, just you know. I really enjoyed it. It's something like, honestly, I wouldn't mind making it a career, like a side thing where I just go and tour and do twerk fit classes and anime and twerking. You know, that's, amen. It's mine. I have it already. But
I like that. Amen. It's mine already. Yes, it is.
Yes. Yeah. So thank you guys for coming out. Thank you. And, move to Jiggly's panels,
Oh boy.
Oh, yes. Let's also move to that, where I also was in pain.
I just want to start out first by saying thank you, to you guys and to the Girls Can't Geek community, because the way that we show up and support each other is amazing. It's so beautiful, and I'm just really thankful and appreciative of our wonderful family community. I love you guys. Gosh, what was the first one? The first one was the Poll Curious panel. That was our second year doing that panel. Found 4 other amazing women who enjoy blending pole dancing and cosplaying together. Last year, we linked up. 2 of the girls are sisters, they're twins. And they reached out, they found, all of us in different ways. Teffy pulled me in, and we're like, we're going to do this. And our panel last year was full. And, word got back to the coordinators on what we were doing there. And we were like, oh, well, we have something. Let's do it again next year, but let's do a little bit more. So we wound up, because last year we had a poll in the room, but there wasn't enough time for us to do the speaking panel part and for us to be able to, do demos or allow people to even try using the pole. So this year we applied for a panel to, have our conversation with people who may not be familiar, and then also to do a workshop where we could actually take the time to, teach people and kind of show and demo some things. And so we had our panel on Friday evening, and then on Saturday morning was the workshop. I'm glad it was at 10 because if it would have been any earlier, I don't think I would have made it because I was tired. Blerdcon is like team no sleep, like the whole way through. You take 4-hour naps at best. So we had 10 a.m. Shout out to Perrin for the iced coffee because that also got me through. I've recently joined Coffee Gang. I've recently joined Coffee Gang. It helps. So in the workshop, we had it split into 3 sections, and we taught pole basics, we taught chair basics, and we taught floor work basics. And I did the floor work part of our workshop, and I was really glad to be able to share that with people and show folks how you can incorporate that into more of the skills that we learned in the workshop. You two did an amazing job over in the floor work section. I was very proud to see y'all, and I still have to send the rest of the photos from the photo dumps I've received, but y'all were definitely in those pictures too. And
you had a good teacher.
Great. You look like you were really good.
Yes.
That was a lot of fun. The other panels that I did were one was on Friday night, and then one was midday Saturday. On Friday night, after the Pole Curious panel, I did a lewd cosplay panel talking about body confidence within like the cosplay spaces, but specifically lewd cosplay with Queen E Cosplays and That Lewd Nerd. That Lewd Nerd was the coordinator, and she reached out and asked if I would be in the panel, and I'm like, absolutely, because that's the cosplaying that I do. I'm trying to think right now if any of the cosplays that I've done haven't been lewd. I like to pole dance, and so blending those two things together is fun for me, but also means that I'm exposed. My cheeks is out, so I fall kind of naturally into doing lewd cosplays through that. And it was really, really fun to talk about, really good to talk about. And the responses that I got from people afterward made me feel good because I feel like, what I'm doing is impacting people in a positive way. And that's all I ever wanted when I decided to like actually do social media on purpose. I was like, if I'm going to do this on purpose, what message am I sending out here to the world? And to be more confident and step fully into yourself, however that looks like for you. You don't have to have your booty cheeks out to be your confident self. But if you decide you want to have your booty cheeks out, be confident about it. It's okay. That talk was really, really fun. It was awesome. And then on Saturday afternoon was the one I was talking about earlier, the impromptu one with Navy Montel and having a conversation. His talks are great. He just, spends time kind of like talking to blurty people about like who they are, what they do, and what they represent.
Yes, shout out to Navy.
He's a great guy. He's a great guy. He always shows mad love, always gives the flowers. Is awesome, awesome human. And so, yeah, that was that. So I was all over the place doing panels and stuff and changing costumes. But I wouldn't have had it any other way. I had so much fun.
It was great. It was great. You both, I will say, are very well, I don't want to say well spoken. That sounds like you guys don't know what you're doing, but like you guys did so well explaining everything in both of your panels that made sense to me, and it looked like it made sense to other people. And you would think like, oh, floor work is like, it's not that hard or whatever. I was over here, my bones are snapping. I'm like, ooh,
floor
I ain't
work.
heard that pop in a minute. What is this?
Look,
and then
every
to the
core.
chair, Yeah, it's all core. Everything is core. And it was a big eye opener for me again, both of your panels, but it was just like, wow, this is fun. I see why they really do this. And honestly, it definitely is pushing me further more into wanting to get into the whole community as a whole. And then even just talking about it with Tessie and the other girls, and how it was just like, I've been doing this for a year, or I've been doing this for 5 years, whatever. And there's still so much to learn. And this is what my body looks like. And this is what I've had to go through, was is what I needed to hear. You know what I mean? Because you can see it online and people are like, oh, this is what, and it's like, you know what I mean? Like, is that really? But I can tell in person, like, no, you guys are speaking from the heart. These are the maybe struggles I've gone through. This is what I've overcome. This is where I'm at right now. This is where I plan on going in the future. And it's just like so inspirational. It was worth the pain. Like, I'm definitely down to put myself in pain more. Because I want to say, especially with Jiggly, because she's saying that I inspired her to be out there and do what she needs to do. And now she's giving it back to me. And I'm not going to cry, but I'm just saying, I inspired you and you're inspiring me to take that next step. So once I'm a little bit more healthier with my back and stuff, I'm definitely going to get into this.
And on that note, that's why I cried at the impromptu panel. And I wasn't supposed to really bring this up, but seeing Jig up was just like, I'm so proud. And because how it kind of happened was, he was like, anybody you guys want to listen to or would like to hear, speak about their experiences of coming up in this sphere. And I was like, dang it, I wish everybody was here so I could just be like, it was just me and Jig. So I was like, and I had just told her I wasn't going to put her on blast, but I was like,
Yeah, that happened. He asked the room and people were raising their hands and they were talking about, who they wanted to have a conversation with, who would they want to like hear from. And then she raises her hand and she goes, and it just so happened that his guest didn't show up or wasn't able to make it for that panel. So, and he's already asked me to have a conversation. So it just kind of like happened right there. Thank you, Ray, for that push.
Okay. All right, we gotta stop. I'm gonna start crying. And I know.
It's very emotional, but that's what happens when you have a great community of people around you. You know, that was something I talked about a lot in like the panels that I was able to speak in, was having that support system, having that community, and Girls Can Geek gave me that, and I hope that I'm giving that to you guys as well. I feel like I am, but I hope that like it's landing where I'm throwing it.
No,
it's a beautiful thing.
It is. When we all were in the room at some point, and from what I can remember, I remember sitting there like, wow, I don't know if this would have been a thing if I didn't just reach out and just put myself forward and then build up with Bunny. Like, Bunny, I want to help. This is my vision. Can we do this together? And she's like, let's do it. You know what I mean? Shout out to Bunny Mike Game You. I miss you, girl. I wish you were there. That shit. That's mama. Okay, that's mama of Girls Can Geek. I'm just think of me as like the stepmom. Like, me and Bunny got married, and now I'm stepmom of Girls Can Geek. Like, but seeing it was really inspiring and just like mind blowing. Like, yo, this is our family. This is what we created. And then also walking around and hearing people like, hey, aren't you from? I'm like, yeah, I mean, it's nothing. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, they're all over there too. You know, they're like, oh, I love your page. You know, and it's weird to hear that. But seeing it blossom into this, and then now this branch is opening up. So now we got Goku doing her thing. Now we got Jig doing her thing. Now we're gonna have Ray out here doing her thing too. It's just a beautiful, beautiful thing. I'm so happy the seed that was planted has blossomed into what it is right now, and I could not have asked for anything more than what's happening right now. So I'm proud of all you guys.
Same.
Yeah.
Same.
All right. Now, before we get to shenanigans, because we gotta spill some tea. We gotta spill some tea. But before we get there, we go
some water, because
yes, we gotta spill just a little bit of tea. We're gonna play a cosplay game, just inspired by Jiggly's panels that she had, and I guess a little bit of my antics, my fuckery, because I know how I be. It's gonna be cosplays. Okay, we all had dope I cosplayed a little bit. You know, I cosplayed like I wore a colored wig and I did eccentric things with makeup. You know,
it was great.
Thank you. We were Girls Can't Geek as a whole. We were all the bippity boppity gang from Black Lady Sketch Show in all pink boppity boppity.
Blippity.
Yeah, blippity. Wellness, cuz, you know, that kind of thing.
Oh man, we didn't do this. Oh
yeah, we forgot.
It's okay.
We got it. I had people messaging me in my DMs like, "Oh my god, I love that sketch." I knew exactly who we were.
And then Jig was Professor Chaos from
South. So fun to do. And I made my first like, I don't know, what is it called? Prop. I made my first props this year. I made the helmet for Professor Chaos. It was duct tape and foil. It was perfect. And then I also made an electrified whip because I was Mistress Azula of the Fire Nation. And I had my electric whip. And that was kind of fun, like building props for my cosplays. I've never done that before.
Let me tell you something. I saw you. I didn't know that you're doing Professor Chaos. So I just watched. I was like, why is that familiar? And I had to like sit there and think, like, oh, no way. Let me look it up before I get it wrong. Because it ain't no worse than saying, are you so-and-so? You're like, no, but they ain't. Like, and I was like, no way. That is awesome. I love this cosplay. I loved it. I loved every part of it. And the whip, you whipped me with it.
Oh my God.
And I like it. Oh no, Azula, don't whip me. Like, yeah, shoot me with lightning. I don't care.
I know you're not talking about a whip, Trent.
Right, Catwoman.
Out here.
The whip bigger than your body.
Right.
Well, I mean,
it was sexy too.
Yeah,
I seen the pictures.
It was funny because people walked up and like, are you hot? I'm like, not at all. Like, honestly, the hottest part was the top of my head. And I'm from Arizona. I mean, I'm not from Arizona. I'm in Arizona. Arizona is way hotter than what I was feeling in that outfit. So I was like, oh, I feel all right. You know what I mean? It's cool. I felt great. I felt hella sexy in it though. I was like,
you looked hella sexy. You were amazing. Actually, all of y'all looked amazing. So
thank you. Yes. I think Ray said it, or Jen. She's like, you guys you're walking with like this like sex appeal all of a sudden. And I was like, I couldn't tell. I was just walking in some boots. You know what I mean?
It's fun.
You are sexy, and that's the appeal.
Yes. Ray had to dip out a little bit. She'll be right back in with us. Just saying, you know, for those of y'all watching.
Right.
Yes.
Catwoman was great. I'm happy I actually got Catwoman out because that was the most intimidating cosplay that I thought I was going to be doing. Because I was going to go as Psyche K when he turns into a girl. That didn't plan out. I had everything for it. And then I was going to do my Bowsette. Again, that also didn't happen because just like Jig said, it's like 4 hours of sleep. I was like, I do not feel like trying to put this crap on. I'm going to put some normal clothes on and enjoy my time around Blerdcon and go from there. So just doing the Catwoman was great. It was just like, I feel sexy. I feel like I look good in this outfit. I'm definitely I'm probably just, it's gonna be in my arsenal at all times at this point.
Use
like,
it.
I'm just gonna have to keep doing it.
You look
Use it.
amazing.
Yeah, you did.
You look amazing.
I'm mad that you weren't hot. I'm glad that you weren't hot because it was safe. But like, I had on a bodysuit and I was sweating down my back. I was so, it could have been the foil hat, but I was hot.
It was the foil. It was probably
really hot.
It was.
Well, you were outside with the foil.
The wind tried to expose me multiple times, and I was still hot. So I get it. It was like I'm walking around literally holding my waist because I'm like, oh God, everything's gonna be.
It's okay. You were still gorgeous, holding yourself. The cosplays I had planned, I just at the last minute, my mind, motivation, getting it is definitely, my mind is in different places. So I just I'm just gonna look sexy as hell and just wear makeup. My first on Friday, was it Friday? I wore 5-inch heels, and then to relax, I put on 4-inch. Then I went down. Yeah. I gradually made my way down. I was like 6 something, then I was like, 5-10 inches, and then okay. But that's what I did, and I enjoyed myself. Definitely next year, being that it's fade to black. I already have I'll bring out my Goku fairy, which people really enjoy. And I'll have to sew it this time and not just tuck and roll the fabric in my bra and stuff, because I'd be butt naked out there if I did that. But
oh no,
you guys wouldn't mind. I'm not gonna have a problem with that.
Y'all nasty.
I'll carry it. Just no.
Yeah. All right, this is what game we got. Okay, cosplay, make it lewd. You ready? I'm gonna use that terrible example. Y'all gonna hate me. All right, Nina Tucker.
I would do it.
Would you make the cosplay? Would you do it regular or would you make it lewd? I know that's sick.
Lewd. I want it to be as bad as I possibly can make it. I want it to be like, oh gosh, she's so hot, but that is the worst cosplay ever. Like, I want it to. I want people to hate me more than they already do with the whole memes of Nina and Alexander. But I want them to be like, I can't look away from you because
I can see it. I can see it with with the wig and then the dog face and then like the ears and paws, but it's like body out.
Everything else is just be like, oh, you know when it touches Chimera? Like, yeah, I want it to be like, oh, but I do, but
it's like,
I'm like,
I want to slap you. But God damn.
Okay. All right. Y'all ready?
Lewd.
Y'all ready for the next one?
Yes.
Winnie the Pooh.
Lewd.
It has to be lewd.
Absolutely.
He doesn't wear pants.
Absolutely. He already doesn't wear exactly Ray.
You just gotta have your
booty. He doesn't wear pants.
I'm wearing
anything with no pants.
You walk around in a crop top and a skin-toned bodysuit.
There you go.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. You gotta have the honey jar too.
Yes,
that is true.
But it's got to be there.
Just paint a sign that said honey.
It just bother. Like,
gonna eat from your honey pot, huh? That big.
Y'all nasty. Piccolo.
Ooh, lewd.
Y'all want to make everything lewd.
Listen, I'm a lewd cosplayer. I will say I did have a slight conflict with Nina, but you put it in. You gave me the visual, and now I'm with it. But no, that's gonna be my answer probably for everybody. I will say this though, I did have somewhat of a conflict, and this was something that came up in our lewd cosplay panel about taking characters that are children and making them lewd.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. They're all children in anime most of the time. So there's that element. Also, I'm an adult person. So if you think about children while I'm an adult, being an adult in costume, that might be a little weird on you.
Mm-hmm. Right.
what? I did have a mental conflict because I was thinking about cosplaying this character, and I think I found where I draw the line. Like, if the actual anime character is actually a young child, like under 10, I'm probably gonna leave it alone and not make it lewd.
Like anybody from Promised Neverland, probably.
Yeah, no. And the person I was thinking of was Anya from Spy Kids. And it's just because, I have black clothing, but it's adult black clothing. So I was thinking about doing a quick Anya, but the skirt comes up to has a split up to like my thigh, and like my foot would be poking out a little bit. Yeah, it's a little bit sexy for Anya. I didn't feel right about that, but I have also I have some cosplays planned for the Amazing World of Gumball, and none of those are about to be straight up. Those are all going to be lewd.
I'm here
and I
for
even
it.
struggled with my Dolores because I was like, well, Dolores is technically like 14 in Encanto. She's straight up a kid still. And I was like, man, I'm just going to be Dolores if she grew up.
In my mind, that's how I put it, because I was Moon Girl last year. Moon Girl is a child, know. But I was like, in my mind, I'm like, I'm gonna grow her up, and this is me as Moon Girl as an adult, and I want to be cute. That's what I think of it as, not in a pedophile kind of way.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, thank you guys for playing that game. Y'all are very interesting young ladies. Now, let's get into the Blerdcon shenanigans. Okay. All right. Blerdcon highlights and shenanigans. Okay. Care to share? You know what I'm saying?
I got a highlight.
Okay, Jiggly.
My highlight, I loved every moment, 100%. But I would say the moment that my little brain just bursted was when you brought CC over to the food court, because I had no expectation, inkling. I mean, I think he surprised us all. I didn't know he was gonna be there. Didn't even think, but he's not even in that chat with us, right? No. So we had a whole chat about who's coming from our community to Blerdcon so that we could stay in contact and exchange and share information. And he was not a part of that chat because he was apparently never planning to go. And then he showed up and my head exploded. Goku called me and she was like, where are you at? I got somebody that wants to meet you.
She was being mean.
Because I was tired and hungry. Girl.
She was being, hurry up. I get the Jiggly, don't nobody else get. She was like, all right, I'm here. I'm telling CC.
You do get access to a part of me I don't share with a lot of people, but that rough part of me, trust me, that's love. That is my love. I know it sounds crazy. I know it's true.
It's true.
You don't see those parts of me until I really, really have scooped you right into my love titty.
Yeah.
But no, I was definitely tired and cranky. Absolutely, 100%. I just done 2 panels and I needed a nap and I needed some food, but my stomach was kind of hurting and I had to be somewhere in an hour and I needed to go lay down. And while all of that was happening, you called me and you were like, I have somebody who wants to meet you. And in my mind, I'm like, who the hell wants to meet me? It's Saturday night. It's almost fucking 11 o'clock. What is this? I'm at the food court. And then when they popped up around the corner, I was like, oh my God! Another family member is here. And it was a great surprise. That for me was highlight. Easy, hands down.
That was a highlight.
Good surprise.
Shout out to you, Cece. You get on my damn nerves.
Listen, Cece is always there supporting all of the stuff that we do. He's always in everybody's stream. He be coming to the events. Shout out to you, Cece.
Big shout out.
Yes, shout out to Cece. I'm gonna say so. Me and Cece planned that.
I hate you. I'm gonna kick you out right now.
Listen, I'm not surprised that Trin knew, because Trin she be the keeper of some of my secrets. So I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised.
Me and him, we've been talking for weeks about this trip, and he's like, I don't think I'm gonna make it. I got the wedding. I got things I gotta do. And I was like, hey, even if you don't, let's like FaceTime so you can see everybody. He's like, yeah, we can do that. And it was really coming down like crunch time. He's like, okay, I think I might be able to make it. And I was like, well, what day are you even gonna get in? Like, are you gonna get in on Monday where we're all leaving? He's like, no, I'm gonna try to do it after this. I was like, well, if the wedding's at this time, you can make it at we were sitting here like
sick. That's sick as hell. Fuck both of y'all. Sick ass Negroes.
But I wanted to be as many people from the family to show up. So when I knew he's like, there might be a chance, we were sitting here like, okay, if you do this and got this, you can do this. Maybe there's room here or whatever. And once he told me like, yeah, I'm going to show up, it was so hard to keep it in. I was like, oh my God, now I have to hold on to this until it happens. Okay. Also, the only reason I even knew besides his planning is because he wants me to try cheesecake, and I hate cheesecake. So he's like, I'm bringing you a slice. And I was like, well, I need to know when he gets in so I can avoid him for a minute. But it was so nice to see him come in, and people are like, holy shit, what are you doing here? Like, this is amazing. So Jiggly, your reaction is exactly what I was hoping for, and I couldn't have asked for anything better.
Yep.
Some sick motherfuckers.
No. Total brain explosion. It was great.
Sick. I should put that in the chat now. Sick and evil.
What about you, Goku? What was your highlight moment?
Probably something I should have talked about.
Well,
it's shenanigans, so I mean, if you can do
that sounds like more of a shenanigan than a highlight. Well, here
shenanigans. I would say I went to a party, and I performed at said party, and yes, I was nervous, but also when I say it's different for me in person, that's exactly what I mean. And I enjoyed myself, and I had a lot of fun. I got to let the sex goddess come out, which is always there.
So. Everybody in the room was sweating. That's all I'm gonna say. Everybody was sweating, and it wasn't because it was hot. It was because the sex goddess showed up. Goku turned that room out.
So that was fun. My highlight is definitely being goofy with y'all, and being in the pool and touching everybody's legs, being drunk, and receiving hugs from people, because I don't you guys are like Girls Can't Geek has been there for me and saved me in a lot of situations, and y'all are like my friends and family. So being around you guys, just being able to have this camaraderie and just celebrate and just be myself. That's me. That goofy dancing stuff, that's me. I'm silly, when I love you, I like to give you a hug or rub your feet. I ain't giving nobody any foot massages. If I give you a foot massage, I'm really drunk. I'm super drunk. But that was a highlight for me, just being around all of you guys and finally getting to see Ray in person, and being with my sister Jiggly again, you know what I'm saying? And then seeing you, Trin, it was amazing. Also, I really, Shell, shout out to you, because you have FOMO like a motherfucker. And Shells, I can't wait to meet you in person. Not this time, but next time. You are loved.
Yes.
So much so. We want you to take care of yourself. You know what I'm saying? It was also great seeing Fizz too. That was also a surprise. It was nice seeing Fizz too. Yeah, that was a pleasant surprise. So just being around everybody and being around my friends and family, and just catfishing people. As I like to call it.
I'm gonna say it wasn't a catfish, but it was like a case of, oh, I didn't know that was you. This goes into the shenanigans bucket. So I'm in a couple of different discords. I'm not really active in any of them. If I'm the most active, it's inside Girls Can't Geek. But recently, I became part of the Three Ninjas Discord dojo. Yes, and there, it's a lot of guys in there. There aren't a whole lot of women in the dojo, and so you get to know screen names, you get to know people's names and what they're doing. And I didn't realize it until way after the fact. Goku was actually the one who put the pieces together. And then I went back and read the conversation, was like, oh, so what happened was I put my titties in somebody's face. I was also performing at a party. I was the entertainment. There was a pole and we were dancing. And, I was working around the room and there was someone who was, kind and tipping and showing their appreciation for the performances that were happening. And, I performed on him.
And this nigga loved it.
Things happened, but at the end, I said thank you, and I hugged his face right into my bosom.
Lucky.
And then afterward, I looked at the conversation and was like, "Oh, that was you, huh?"
He loved it.
I'm pretty sure I wouldn't have behaved differently had I known. But it's still kind of one of those things where it's like, oh, that was you, huh? Oh, okay. I'm glad you had a great night. That was definitely a shenanigan.
I'm so proud of him though, because he'd be so shy. Wouldn't have it any other way. Shout out to you, man. I'm proud of you.
You know who you is.
You know who you are.
I will also say that I enjoyed my shenanigans with you, Ray. We took off and got drunk together and went and ran around on some shenanigans, and that was fun too.
That was fun. It was.
Yes.
It was a whole lot of just anywhere, everywhere. Whatever happens, happens. And it was the best.
I hope next year I get all of those kind of shenanigans. Like, I guess my shenanigans had to be told to me because I didn't remember what was going on.
Yeah, first you were like, it's time for me to touch anyone's ass or boobs. Where are they? Please come here. Yeah. You want the boob or you want the butt?
Yeah, I was just like, all right, I already told y'all, I'm here to touch.
As like this.
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna save it for everybody's, thoughts they can make up their own thoughts. But the way these ladies' cheeks be feeling in my hands, I was just like, this is right. This is exactly what I expected and nothing more and nothing less. I will say though, looking through my DMs now, there was quite a few, I'm not gonna say a number, but there's quite a few that I should have been doing shenanigans with, but I was already so gone that I didn't do shenanigans. It was great. I don't even know if this is a shenanigan, but I will say I stumbled upon the the burlesque show, middle of the night, random. Great, by the way. Great show. The people that I saw were great. I loved every moment of it. Crowd was hype. But when you decide to play the full Pokemon theme song, and everybody knows word for word, I knew I was in love with Blerdcon. I think that was my moment of like, this is where I belong. And I wish I knew who the Flareon person was, because I would love to follow them. But they did an incredible thing. Everything was amazing. I saw naked bodies. I saw a dude getting ice in his drawers. I know Ray was there. Ray was with me, I think, when that happened. But dude was just at the ice machine, draws out. I was just like, sir, this is not your house.
I thought this was part of the performance. He was like in the hallway.
Yeah. No, it was hallway. While trying to get to rooms.
Just with the bowl, just getting ice. I was like, sir, this is not your house. And then the elevator opened up another time, and there was a dude walking by booty butt naked. And I was just like, okay, cool. All right. And he was sweaty. So he just put in some work. I saw a lot of things going on.
Now that I think about it.
Mm-hmm.
There's one. Remember when we got off the elevator shouting "whore"?
Things. Okay, I was thinking about that. I was like, things happen for a reason. Because would we be shouting "whore" if I didn't say I felt like I was dressed like one at the moment? Probably not.
It came from me and you being in the room, and I forgot what video you were watching, but it was the way he pronounced it. Whore. And so when she said that in the elevator, it just became a whole thing of all of us just yelling,
just whore. Like, it was
as
great.
We get off the elevator doors are opening, and we're collectively shouting "whore" as we get off the elevator. And who is in front of the elevator when the doors part and we shout "whore"? Mr. Orlando Jones. And he said, "Good God," like just right there. And
not just a good God, but a good God with a nice karate kick.
Yeah, he did. He hit the kick. And we wound up sharing a couple of moments with him as he exited the hotel. It was awesome.
It was magical.
I was like, this is not what I expected to be my first impression for this man, but okay.
Well, see, no, you missed it, because my first, like, just regular natural interaction with him was he was leaving his booth down in the basement, and I saw him coming, but I was like, oh, he's trying to take a break, so I'm not going to stop him or anything like that. And I look away, and I'm looking down, and he's walking right past me. And I was getting ready to turn to see what you were doing, because at the time you were trying to find the other vendor hall. And before I could actually look up, he goes, "Ah, shit, she pointing at something." As soon as he says that, because I look at him because I heard him say something. So I'm looking at him. He goes, "Ah, shit, she's pointing at something." And I immediately snap my head to you, and you're standing there like this. And all I could do was die laughing. And then we ran into him a few hours later, and he's leaving. I guess that was his panel that he was having. And so we were coming up the escalator, and he's standing out chit-chatting with folks. And he looks me dead in my face and goes, and I'm like, shit. He got us.
Okay, well, so 2 times I didn't want that to be the
That's cool.
So, Mr. Orlando, I'm sorry. We'll try this again next year if you're there.
If he's there for his leisure, just
Yeah.
Right.
Yes. Well. Oh, keep going.
Oh no, I was saying outside of that, the stories y'all told me that I was doing, sounded great. It sounded like I had a good time.
Hold on. The way you ate those Fig Newtons, bro.
Oh my God.
I missed that.
Made me want some.
You looked so happy. I've never seen a Fig Newton look so appetizing. I like Fig Newtons. I'm not knocking them at all. But the way that you were eating them was like you were consuming from the tree of life, and it was downloading all of the knowledge of the existence of fucking time. You looked so satisfied.
Like her whole body was satisfied.
And nobody else was in the room. It was just you and your bag of Newtons, and you didn't care what was happening. But that was the most important and most wonderful thing in your life at that moment. You were so cute. It was adorable.
Oh God! I hope there's no pictures of that, because
You should have took
I don't
pictures
think
of
so.
it.
Well,
I will say fake news are lit. So hey, fake news if you out there. And we're gonna sponsor shit, like they lit, okay? Let you know that I'd be thinking about you whether I'm here or not.
Yes. Well,
oh God, I had a great time.
Well, Blerdcon was amazing.
It
And not just because it's Blerdcon, but because I also got to see my sisters. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And my brothers. All right, and do the robot. That kind of thing. Yes. But on that note, it was awesome seeing everyone. And that's gonna be like we decided that's gonna be our like official like Girls Can't Geek like retreat where we like meet up with everybody and say hello and hang out and eat together and be merry. You know what I'm saying? Maybe I could take out to my auntie's house one day. Because I got family out there, so maybe we could do something like that. I don't know what I'm gonna do for my 30th birthday. People already complained about North Carolina. I was just like, well, damn. Okay. 2 years from now.
Wherever it is, I'm coming.
I mean, it doesn't bother me. I got family all up and down there.
Put it on your calendar. I don't know where we're going to go, but we can go somewhere, because I'm going to be 30 and we got to cosplay, even though it's in March.
I love that. That. I'll put on a costume with you guys anytime.
Yes.
Can I just cosplay as you?
You would do that?
Yes. I'm gonna get the little buns and the little Goku one piece and everything, and just
just add. You already got that ass, but add another pillow on your booties.
Hey, listen, I'm glad you said that
will.
Because now you cannot tell untruths to anybody anymore. No more. Because now they've seen what we've seen, what we knew we were seeing. They've seen it. It's been synced.
Nah, y'all have pool water in your eyes. That's
the whole time. Just wake up in the morning.
That cat suit told it all anyway.
Yeah, it did. I did not put my head underneath the pool water either because I had my contacts in. So
you guys also were drinking and had substances. So I'm gonna just also say that also cloud your judgment.
Yeah, those mimosas got me lit. I was like, dang, am I really just gonna go around the pool and hang on everybody's legs? Like, what's wrong with me? What's wrong with me? But on that note, I guess it's time to say our goodbyes and our see you next times. More on the way, more of the nerd persuasion. And on that note, you can follow each and every one of us on Instagram or on TikTok. Follow Trent on Twitch. Follow Jiggly on Twitch. Follow Ray on Twitch. My directionality is all fucked up. I have the Twitch. I haven't gone live yet. I don't know what I want to talk about. I need suggestions.
Squeeze on. Also, Jiggly Senpai has a website now. And you can go to my website, jigglysenpai.com, and subscribe so that when I do stuff, you'll hear about it. I'll probably put announcements of things that I'm doing outside of, Instagram right there. So check out jigglysenpai.com.
I'm excited. And she was working on that during Blerdcon, y'all, too.
Yes.
So. It's like, geez, take a freaking break.
I'll take a break when I'm dead.
Yes, but on that note, we're gonna do it. Thanks everybody for listening. I am Goku's god cousin,
and I'm Jiggly Senpai.
It's your girl SD Trinity Squirtle Squad,
and Sunshine and Georgia Rais.
All right, now, peace.
Bye.
Bye.